In 2025, Ardie Savea isn't just playing rugby, he's redefining what it means to dominate. From captaining Moana Pacifica to their most electric season yet, to carrying the All Blacks through pressure cookers with pure grit, Ardie's not just in form, he's in a league of his own. Some say he's the best player on the planet right now. Others say he's already cemented himself as one of the greatest of all times in the All Blacks. But no matter where you stand, there's one thing everyone agrees on. Ardie Savea is a beast the All Blacks simply can't afford to lose. Long before he exploded onto the Super Rugby scene, Ardie Savea was already turning heads in Wellington. Born in 1993, raised under the gritty skies of the capital, he grew up tough, fast and sharp. Rongotai College was where it all started. Not just a first 15 standout, he captained them, led by example and also served as a head boy. That combo of physical dominance and mental maturity, it showed early. He wasn't just the strongest or fastest. He was the guy who made things happen when they mattered. He left defenders gasping at air, turned games on their heads, and he had a presence that made everyone around him lift. When he joined the Hurricanes in 2013, it wasn't long before Ardie made his mark. That debut season, explosive. He wasn't just another young gun trying to find his feet. He arrived like a wrecking ball. Bone-rattling tackles, fearless carries, and a hunger that made every veteran's take notice. Over the next decade, Ardie didn't just become a regular. He became the engine room of the team. 131 appearances later, his jersey probably soaked in more blood, sweat, and broken defence lines than any other. In the biggest moments, semi-finals, finals, must-win derbies, he stood tallest. Hurricanes fans didn't just watch Ardie, they believed in him. But for all the club brilliance, Ardie's real stage was always going to be in the black jersey. When he debuted for the All Blacks in 2016, he was ready. Not to warm the bench or play bits here, but to own that jersey. And own it he did. From his first few tests, it was clear this wasn't just a young prospect coming through the ranks. He was dominating breakdowns, snatching turnovers like candy, and sparkling counter-attacks with offloads that most loose forwards wouldn't even dream of trying. The speed of a winger, the instincts of a halfback, and the physicality of a front rower. All wrapped into one chaos including package. Fast forward to 2025 and Ardie's clocked up over 90 caps. But it's not just the volume, it's the consistency. Game after game, year after year, Ardie's impact doesn't stop. If anything, he keeps finding new gears. You need him to carry hard, he'll bend the line. Need a turnover in the dying minutes, he's already latched on. And when the team's rattled, momentum slipping away, Ardie's the guy who steps up. Always. His 2023 season was ridiculous. Peak Savea. That was the year he was crowned World Rugby Player of the Year. And let's be honest, no one was close. He led the stats for turnovers won, made more dominant carries than most backs, and was the go-to man in the clutch. That season, every time New Zealand was in trouble, it was Ardie who pulled them out of the fire. He wasn't just the best loose forward in the world, he was arguably the best player, full stop. And even claiming rugby's biggest individual prize, he didn't slow down. He ramped it up, trained through the off-season, sharpened every part of his game, passing, crisper, fitness, next level, leadership, sky high. That's Ardie's mindset. Awards are cool, but legacy is what he's chasing. In 2024, he stepped up even deeper to the All Blacks leadership group, taking on the vice-captaincy, and it showed. In the mid-year tests, he was the rock in the pack. Rugby Championship, he dominated the game line and led from the front. In the Bledisloe decider, when the All Blacks looked shaky, it was Ardie who turned the tide, stealing a crucial line out, throwing in a try-saving hit, and rallying the boys for a late surge. What stood out more than the big moments was the calm, the presence. Players looked to him not just for energy, but for belief. But if you want to talk about legacy-defying seasons, look at what he's doing in 2025 with Moana Pacifica. This wasn't a stacked squad with a trophy cabinet to fall back on. This was a proud but struggling team, still trying to find its identity. And Ardie walked in, took the captaincy, and lit the whole thing on fire. He didn't just motivate, he transformed from day one and set the tone. At training, in the gym, and especially on the field. Breakdown control, masterclass. Bone-jarring hits, standard. And when the game looked gone, it was Savea's footwork and hands setting up miracle comebacks. Under his watch, Pacifica didn't just scrape wins. They made a statement, upsetting giants, taking scalps in hostile stadiums, and stringing together their most consistent campaign ever. For the first time, fans and pundits were saying, this team can go all the way. And it all traced back to Ardie Savea. His leadership wasn't just about tactics, it was about belief. Every pass, every tackle, every team talk. It fed into the culture that roared louder each week. Watching Ardie play now is like watching rugby evolve in real time. He's built like a freight train, but moves like a Ferrari. There's a flow into his game that's hard to put into words. 1 minute he's smashing through contact, the next he's floating like a no-look pass wide to the winger. He makes chaos look choreographed, and the engine never stops. He's as dangerous in the first 5 minutes as he is in the 80th. You think he's out of gas, and then, boom, he's jackling a turnover or diving on the loose ball to save the day. He sees plays before they happen, reads the opposition patterns like a chessboard, sniffs out mismatches, times his runs, and reacts a split second faster than anyone else. That anticipation paired with raw skill is what makes him so dangerous. He's not just strong or fast or skilled, he's smart, like really smart. The comparisons to legends are inevitable. Jerome Kainor called him a once-in-a-generation player. Others see flashes of Richie McCaw's composure or the explosiveness of Jonah Lomu. But here's the thing, Ardie isn't trying to be the next anyone. He's too busy being the first Ardie Savea. His highlight reels isn't just long, it's fresh. And the scariest part, he's still getting better. Off the field, he brings the same intensity. Ardie's not just a rugby player, he's a cultural carrier. A proud Samoan, a family man, and a leader who never shies away from hard conversations. He's spoken openly about mental health, racial equity, and what it means to represent your people on the world stage. And it's one of the reasons players, even the young bucks, just getting their first cap, look up to him as the heartbeat of the team. So why should Ardie Savea be the All Blacks captain in 2025? Because he's already doing the job. He plays like a captain, talks like a captain, and leads like a captain. He inspires through action, with no ego, no drama, just unmatched intensity. So here's the real question. Is Ardie Savea the best rugby player on earth right now? Watch the tape. Count the big plays. Listen to the players who have gone to war beside him. Then ask yourself, has anyone else redefined the position, the role, and the standard like Ardie Savea has? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more All Blacks content, and turn on the notifications so you never miss another upload. Drop a comment. Who should we cover next? And tell us, where does Ardie Savea rank on your all-time list? Cheers!